Yeah, did you get up this morning and say, I need more confusion in my life? If so, you're in the right place because I've got plenty to spare. We're going to be talking about West Virginia football recruiting, the theory of how it happens, what seems to have happened so far, what we're hoping is going to happen, and some of what seems like it may be happening, but not the way it appeared to be happening before. Yeah, it's confusing. Not necessarily bad, but it's confusing. Now, in the meantime, I don't know, if you're looking for confusion, go ahead and share, subscribe, make comments, tell your friends, and click the notification bell, the thumbs up, all that good kind of stuff. Because you are at West Virginia football going deep, and I am Forrest Poston. Although, given the amount of confusion, there is some potential. I could be wrong about that. Now, modern college football recruiting. Well, of course, right now the goal is just getting commitments. And then early signing period in December. And then the regular signing period, I think February, by which time really you're hoping there's nothing to do. The goal is to have the recruiting for 2025 essentially done by mid to late July. Possibility of adding a couple of guys later, depending on how things play out. But you want to have your high school class committed, which of course means nothing on paper, by the end of July, and then you just work hard to keep them interested until signing day. And a big push here in June is the official visits. There's some camps going on too as well, but official visits are the main thing. We had one this past weekend. They typically run Thursday to Sunday. One coming up, today starting. And then under Neil Brown, they skip Father's Day. He puts that emphasis on family, and he means it. And so the third set of official visits comes the week after that. And they have mostly set it up, the guys they wanted most for the first week, the guys they really want, but not necessarily as much, the second week, and by the third week, which is the fourth week of June, it's mostly guys that they would take, but aren't really their number one priority, with some exceptions. And guys are subtracted, guys are added. You find new guys. Guys grow, improve in ways you didn't necessarily expect. So changes happen. With the guys you really want, particularly guys this last weekend, the goal of this official visit is to have them signed, or it's not signed, excuse me, say that they are committed by the time they leave the visit. Now, they don't generally announce that immediately. Some players announce it. They commit to the coaches and announce it within a day or two. Others, maybe they say they're committed, but they don't want to announce it for 2 or 3 weeks, a month, whatever. And these days, the coaches don't want to say anything until the players have not only said they're committed, but canceled any other visits. Sign of good faith. Which is, that's reasonable. Well, on the other hand, these visits, first of all, they're paid for, so the students get a free trip, and they're treated like royalty. So taking these visits can be fun, even if you're not expecting to commit to a team. But you need to be sure of their commitment because you've got other guys coming in. And you don't want to be telling the guys this week that you've got a spot for them if you don't. And you don't want to be saying you don't have a spot for them if maybe you do. So, I mean, of course, some of it's laid out as, hey, guys, listen, if you don't commit, and somebody next week does, your spot may be gone. So try to know the situation and then just lay it out straight. Makes good sense. It's a nice theory. And then, of course, the players, even if they don't announce, a lot of the players go on X or some other social media and talk about their visit. Or some of them seem to be trying to see how much the fans of that team will comment and like them. I don't know if it's a test or if it's just attention getting. There are some others who just don't like to talk about it. They don't say anything on social media except maybe when they're going to announce. They often don't do interviews. So we don't know a lot about those guys. Following some of these, but you'd swear they're committed just by the way they talk about the visit. And after last week, coaches felt, or let's say reports are, anywhere from like 5 to 8 guys had committed, but not necessarily canceled other visits. Well, that when the coaches feel good about it, that's when you see a let's go tweet. And we saw several. And then we got the announcements, from Desidor and Mallory. Those are the only two who have announced their commitment so far, and have kind of expected a lot more than that by now. And we've had a lot more let's go tweets than we've had announcements. So things maybe haven't gone quite the way the coaches expected. Now, a couple of the players have said, hey, I'm announcing June, West Virginia and this other school, or these 2 other schools are my only ones I'm looking at right now. Feel good about some, maybe not about others. And, well, we're not sure what is going on. To add to this, we had Cam Strong and Aiden West. These are both defensive backs. And was thinking maybe we had somewhere between 2 and 4 defensive backs who were silently committed. And Cam Strong was looking mighty committed with his posts. He was putting in all of the imagery that other players had put into their commit posts, but without actually saying he was committed. Just looked like it was coming soon. Well, then Michigan State decided to offer him a scholarship. And of course, Michigan State's not a program that you just, blow off. And now they've also offered Aiden West, from what I understand. I haven't checked it on anything, but now I think Strong was considered a commitment to West Virginia. He hadn't announced, but I think he was one of the ones who had, now he wants to visit Michigan State. Can't blame him. West, he was considered likely to go to the other Virginia. But he was impressed by West Virginia, by WVU, and it looked like he might, go our way. Now he might visit Michigan State and end up there. And depending on what the other visitors from last week do and what the ones from this week do, those guys might go ahead and visit and lose their offer from West Virginia. And when we'll know, I don't know. I've been saying for over a week that we'd be hearing a lot this week. Well, we're hearing a lot. It's just not a lot of definite, we're getting a lot of definite maybes. So that is the nature of college recruiting, and it's where West Virginia stands right now. We have a number of good guys who've been committed for a while now. We added 2 this week. Maybe we've added more. And maybe we're still going to add more from, we still could end up with 8 players from last week's official visits. Or the 2 we got may be the only ones we get. Or it might be somewhere in between. Now, if you wanted more confusion, have I filled your cup? Well, I got to go back onto the internet because in the time it has taken me to make this video and upload it and all that good stuff, it is very possible that things have changed. And I do hope somehow that I'll be doing another video later today or tomorrow or both announcing commitments. But man, I'm confused. But I do appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you later, although I may be more confused by then. So long.